स्टार्ट करिए।
हाँ हाँ करो।
Very good morning to everyone. Honorable Principal Professor Prabhakar Rao sir, esteemed resource person Dr. Biswa Jena sir, head of the Department of Commerce, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Government College, Sambalpur, respected IQAC coordinator Dr. Sunil Kumar Pradhan sir, respected faculty members of our college and all the participants. I, Mr. Ranjan Kumar Behra, HOD of Commerce Department and convener of this webinar, heartily welcome to all of you to this webinar entitled as Celebration of International Workers' Day. Now, may I request our Jitendra Malik sir to welcome our resource person and all the participants to this webinar.
Thank you, Ranjan sir. Esteemed resource person of this webinar, Dr. Biswa Jena sir. He is currently head Department of Commerce in Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, a government leading college, Sambalpur. He has teaching experience more than 10 years. His keen area of interest are auditing, financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting, business statistics, financial management, and the principle of management, corporate accounting and entrepreneurship, and business law. He has published more than 60 research papers in international journal and presented more than 100 research papers in national and international forum. He is a vivid reader and is already authored 15 books. He is also awarded fellowship by the World Business Institute, Australia, for academic research activity and body of knowledge. In 2018, in 2018, Dr. Jena was awarded with Mahatma Gandhi Samman in British Parliament by NRI Welfare Society, India, for outstanding contribution in the field of social work. He is an active NSS program officer of Odisha State. He is an executive member of All Odisha Commerce Association and Central Council member of Western Zone of Odisha Government College Teacher Association. He is member of various editorial board of international journal all around the world. During his tenure as NSS program officer of Ravensa University from 2015 to 2017, and also during his posting in Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Government College, Sambalpur, Odisha, as NSS program officer from 2017 to till now. Thank you, sir. I welcome to this webinar, and your speech may be benefited to the students of our department and all the students around the Odisha or India. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now I would like to
Now, may I request our resource person, Dr. Biswa sir, to deliver his talk.
Thank you very much. Is it audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
First of all, I would like to thank Pattamundai College, very old, unique, and college with high ambition and prosperity for future course of action. I have visited also the college personally and met two younger colleagues, Jitendra Babu and Rajendra Babu, for taking a very important topic, a sensitive topic, a critical topic. And this topic will help not only the students in giving respect and dignity to the labor market, to the labor force, but also for the well-being of the society. And also respected Professor Prabhakar Rao, Principal of Pattamundai College, and also IQAC Coordinator, Professor Dr. S.K. Pradhan Sir. Deep condolence to Sanjeev Sir, our bigger brother and ex-member, executive member of Odisha Commerce Association. The Department of Commerce of Pattamundai College is very rich in different diversity, and the richness in different diversity is known from the topic they've chosen and the webinar they are doing. We always know the labor is a very important component of any organization, be it teaching, be it non-teaching, be it corporate sector, be it social sector, be it legal sector, whatever it may be. When the concept of labor day comes to account, we know the worker or the labor is the creator and the greatest asset to any organization. As commerce fraternity, commerce stakeholders, the students are also there, faculty members also there. As a commerce stakeholders, I would like to draw your attention to the subject and to the point that the definition of commerce is now changing. And on this, the May 1st, yesterday, which I was a resource person in the Kuchinda College on this topic, I was discussing on the dignity of labor. Okay. A human being, being a social animal, has prestige and dignity. And each and every person, irrespective of caste, creed, culture, sex, should give respect to each and every person. This is the concept of humanity. And India is known for the purpose of long-live humanity in the throughout the world. I was talking about the concept of commerce and the topic, and I am connecting this topic to this concept of triple bottom line concept. As commerce students are there, so the objective of commerce has now changed. The objective of business has now changed. The objective of business was before to earn profit, but now the objective of business is not to earn profit. The objective of business is the concept of triple bottom line. So you will tell, what is the concept of triple bottom line? The concept of triple bottom line tells us is, because I'm relating this, because commerce students are there, commerce faculty, both two younger faculties are involved in this and taking the action in deliverance of that topic. First P is planet, the environment. Triple bottom line consists of 3 P. And the second P is people, the worker, the laborer. See how important is their contribution. The second P is the worker, the laborer. And the third P comes profit. Without laborer, nothing can prosper in the world. Without worker, nothing can prosper in the world. First is the society. Second is the labor, or the people, for working for the cause of the society, working for the cause of the organization. And third is the profit. Before, this is the 21st century definition of business. Those who are doing business in commerce, the definition of business is changing now. The concept of triple bottom line has come into account, which tells us the first is the planet, the second is the people, the workers, the laborers, and third is profit. Before it was opposite. The first was profit, the second was the people, and third was planet. See how the importance of environment and the importance of the worker or the people has changed. Then I would relate the topic to human resource accounting. See, human resource accounting has been developed, but till now, in organization, in balance sheet, we are showing asset and liability. We are not showing the contribution of the people as asset and liability. We are showing only the asset and liability like fixed asset, current asset, and tangible asset, intangible asset, floating asset, vesting asset, contingent asset, etc. And not showing the contribution of the human being, okay, in form of human resource asset, human resource accounting in the balance sheet. In the fifth course of action, you see human resource accounting will be coming and taking a place in the balance sheet. Human resource accounting means the resources. The human resources is to constitute the labor force, constitute the worker. This is another topic which I want to relate to commerce. And IQAC, with Department of Commerce, IQAC has already taken this part, and I am also the coordinator of my college as IQAC coordinator. And IQAC objective is to facilitate integration of various activities of the college and put forward the best practices, institutional best practices. Here, another objective I will come to taking into the commerce aspect. In management we have studied, the group objective is given more priority than individual objective. Here, the institutional best practices like solar energy should be installed in the colleges. Our colleges now will be taking up this solar panel. Number two, solid waste management practices should be adopted. These two initiatives I have started in my college, and within 1-2 months, this will be implemented in my college. Number three, adoption of villages through NSS or Eco Club, Red Cross, etc., which tells us about the institutional best practices. Number four, a green garden. These are the institutional part of the education. We want to maintain institutional best practices. Apart from the educational knowledge sector, we are maintaining the institutional best practices. This type of activities by the students in the institution should be taken, because these constitute the change agent. IQAC means that it will act as the change agent of the organization. And IQAC helps in making solid decisions, because we know the quality and quantity of labor is very important. IQAC helps in identifying the quality of labor being put into different activities of the institutions taken up by the individual in form of Shramdan. Shramdan is very important. You can take the labor and put them into practices. They will do it. You can pay. But if you are doing it on your own, by putting some labor, if you are making the students involved in these practices, then these practices as Shramdan will act as a catalyst in developing the revolutionary change policy of our institute. Recently, I was going to a newspaper. I saw there are, before I was getting the knowledge, there were 3 types of labor was there. One is skilled, another is unskilled, another is semi-skilled. But before 2 days, I was seeing in the paper that the government labor commission has written a letter regarding change in the rates, and there was 4 types of labor. One is skilled, another is semi-skilled, another is unskilled, another is highly skilled. And another important point you see, there is no discrimination. Gender disparity is not there. This is a very important component of the institutional best practices. Gender sensitiveness is very important. Unskilled may be male or female. As for the rate in 2021, it was 315 rupees. But latest in 30/34/2022, 2 days before, ahead of the May 1 Labor Day, International Labor Day, the 315 of unskilled labor, 1 day, 8 hours, 315 ଟଙ୍କା 326 ଟଙ୍କା ହେଇଯାଇଛି। ଆମକୁ ଜାଣିବାର ଅଛି କି unskilled labor କେତେ ପଇସା ପାଇବ। Otherwise, you cannot maintain the best practices. Semi-skilled, it was in 2021 355 rupees. 2 days before, the rate has increased to 3 rupees 366. Skilled, rupees 405. and it is increased to rupees 460. Highly skilled, rupees 465. Now it is increased to 476. Because before we are only knowing the skilled, semi-skilled, and unskilled labor, and highly skilled labor force we have been not adopting it. But we have to now go as per the commission of the Labour Commission. I have the letter of the government of Odisha. The rate has been revised, and they are given much dignity and respect. I went to Jamshedpur in 2009 as a member of the audit team. I was pursuing CA. I observed there in Jamshedpur, Tata, that there have the workers. We know the workers are getting wages. But what they follow the policy in Tata Motors, the workers are given salary. What is the concept? The concept is that the worker is given wages, they have to come daily and they get the wages, they will go. They have to work for 8 hours. If the workers are given salary, they will stay in the campus and they will work for the target or they'll work for the month. The concept has been changed in the Tata Motors. The workers are given salary monthly. Monthly, if you are giving it, is known as a salary. In the world, the Labor Day started in May 1, 1886 in Chicago, USA. But in India, it started in May 1, 1923 in Chennai. Because we are celebrating this Labor Day. Okay. Labor Day is been celebrated to highlight the achievement of the workers. Those workers who are working for the society. Again, I will come back to commerce. Is related. We have 3 types of management: top level management, middle level management, and lower level management. The lower level management comes under the category of the workers, the laborers, supervisor, or etc. The top management does not go to the field and work, taking decision. The middle level management make the orders to the low level manager. But the low level manager on this Labor Day, they are observing this to find out the struggle, to find out the pain they have taken, find out the suffering they have been adapted, to find out the labor movement. With a funny incident, I will tell of a film of Anil Kapoor and Sri Devi. Anil Kapoor was the husband, but he was the trade union leader, and Sri Devi was the owner. But when Anil Kapoor was going to Sri Devi to put forward his wants, then he's not going as his husband, he was going as a trade union leader. Again, I will come back to another topic of cost accounting, labor turnover. This is very, very important. I'll give a comparison of 2 companies. You see labor turnover of, if you take example of Tata and Reliance, you see the labor turnover in Tata is very less, which indicate the person who are joining in the company are getting satisfied with the job, with the environment, with the salary, with the remuneration, with the perquisites and other additional benefits. Person who are joining the Reliance and the living Reliance, joining living, the labor turnover rate, which means the change in the labor force of the organization, is high in Reliance because they don't find the job security. They don't get the accomplishment of the objective. Another example I will give you. I was doing audit in Nalco, Bhubaneswar. I was handling the indirect tax matter, and I think 2008. The total GST, sorry, indirect tax matter at that time it was not GST, indirect tax matter of Nalco I was handling. So they have a very strong trade union. Nalco have a very strong trade union. So I was going to the trade union office and the secretary, and he was not giving the data. This is a practical experience. So I went to him 2-3 times. He was telling, I'm busy, I will unable to keep, I'm not finding, give me time like this. So I told to my senior chartered accountant at the time, sir, he is not responding. Kindly do something so that we can collect the data. So the senior chartered told she that the trade union in Nalco is very powerful. Okay, so we have to take the help of them with their support. Okay, with their consent, with a friendly atmosphere, with the touch of generosity. we can collect data from them, not with the sense of aggressiveness to them. If you show aggressiveness to them, they will not give data, they will put on a strike. That audit team is violating the rules and regulations. So my boss came and handled them with the sense of calmness, generosity, with a talk of peaceful and healthy atmosphere, and collected the data from the secretary of the trade union of Nalco. And it took this 7 days. So the trade union, those who are working for the society or the industry, they are very, very fast. Another example I will tell my dear students have been seeing, Dunlop company you might have heard. Due to this labor force, the company was closed for 1 year. There was huge labor strike. When the labor were working and the company is growing, the labor should be given additional bonus or benefit or puja festival or festival allowance. If the company is not giving, like Reliance, the Reliance is not giving, the employee will leave the job, worker will leave the job. Okay, if you not give the profit, maximum profit you are earning, because they are working and you are earning. You are sitting in SC and you are getting the profit. Okay, they are working in the planet, they are working the people, and the company is running. So if you're not giving bonus to them, they will make a complaint, because the price of each and everything is living, the cost of living index is so high. So the worker went for a strike for 1 year. Government interfered, the management interfered, the social organization interfered, the advocate organization interfered, political party interfered. After the was stopped, production was not there. How much crores of company money the company has was losing. 1 year, after 1 year, the company decided to give. The company was convinced. Okay, the company did not agree fully to all the demands, but agreed to some of the demands of the workers and the trade union. After 1 year, Dunlop company started the working. This also I have read in a newspaper, so I was telling to you. Same another example you might have heard of Jet Airways. Same problem. See how it is important and critical to respect the dignity and honesty and the importance and the excellency of the work they deliver. The painstaking they take should be respected by each and every individual and also the organization. Jet Airways, there was a case study. There are 4 points of Jet Airways. What are the problem Jet Airways? Why the crew members, the workers, the laborers told that they will not be working in Jet Airways, they'll put on a strike. Why? When they told that labor law should be adopted by the company. Okay, this is again another important legal aspect I was telling. Labor law should be adopted by the companies regarding the workers, employees, laborers. The company was not adopted. Number 2, there is increase in labor dispute. Conflict and confusion arises. Who will handle the labor dispute? Why the labor dispute arises? What are the consequences of the labor dispute? What are the regulatory framework for the labor dispute? How to tackle that? How to avoid that? And how to frame rules for the labor dispute if there is a dispute in labor, and how to deal with that and also resolve immediately. Another important aspect. Jet Airways. Third, what are the different sources, alternative sources of finding a solution to the problem? We're teaching to the student decision making. Okay, decision making is very, very important. A person who cannot take decision. I'll relate another 3 aspects. A person has a very IQ, intelligent, very intelligent IQ, intelligent person. A person does not have EQ, emotional person. And the third, person does not have SQ, spiritual question. Then the person does not have CQ, IQ, SQ, and EQ. In emotion, if you tell something, then he may be carried away. In spiritually, by the name of God, if you tell something, you may be carried away. So the labor force of the organization indicates that they should not be dealt by EQ and SQ. The labor force should have, the worker force should have both IQ, SQ, and EQ to deal with the different alternative mechanism to solve the last the problem the Jet Airways have is the Trade Union Act 1926. The company also is not adapted. If I adapted the Trade Union Act 1926, that all the benefits they have to provide it. You have to provide the dress, the attire, the benefit, the insurance, the mediclaim. If there is a person is becoming the person dies during the war, compensation. Okay, the Jet Airways are not adapted. So they went for a strike, and after some days, Jet Airways again agreed to resolve the matter, and slowly, Jet Airways also decided to follow all the matters of the government, so that the people will not be affected. Another example I will tell: there is a decline in labor force in Honda motorcycle and scooters India Limited. Why there is a decline in the labor force in Honda motorcycle? Because there was Hero and Honda before. Amalgamation, accusation. Okay, Hero and Honda. I'm only relating the different aspects. Honda is the total population of India, the total increase in गोटे दिन रे गोटे जति लोक जन्म होचन इंडिया रे is equal to total population of Australia. The company Hero Honda, Hero is an Indian company. Is now also in the two-wheeler segment. When it was in the motorcycle and scooter segment, when Honda started that I will separately do the motorcycle, Honda and scooters, etc. Then there was a decline in labor force because that was a foreign company. And whatever they are doing, they are coming and setting up their branches in India and telling it is made in India. Okay, foreign company, they coming and set up branches in India and telling it is made in India. Okay, made in India means the manufacturing here in India. Okay, only the manufacturing here, that's why they're telling made in India, but it is not actually made in India. Our the transportation minister Nitin Gadkari told, we want not you come and here to make the product. You cannot come from the foreign country. We want the people from here should come up and make the product. Okay. Why bigger companies? Again, I will go back. Why bigger companies like Ratan Tata, Reliance, bigger companies don't are going for the manufacturing of mobile. Don't going for the manufacture of television. Don't going for the manufacturing of fridge. Not going for the manufacturing of etc. Different product which is not available. When using Samsung, where is our Indian company mobile? Where is the fridge and television? Where is our Indian company? Very less few. Because the labor force plays a very important role. And the technology. Here we have huge labor, but we are technology not so strong as Japan and America and Russia. Okay. They are using the technology and reducing the labor. Here, if you use the labor, okay, and the time taken by the product is more, and it will be more costly as compared to the product they are manufacturing the technology. Another small example I'll give, and I will wind up within 10 minutes. I'm giving an example of Sambalpuri sari. I'm wearing a Sambalpuri sari. Okay, people in Sambalpur, they're not wearing the Sambalpuri product. And the different colleges, they are wearing given dress of Sambalpuri. Why? They're very costly. Why? Because the labor who are engaged in making this art, they spend lot of days, lot of skill is needed. Okay, they're not using any technology, they're doing on hand. That's why the cost of this art is more costlier than a normal cotton or different art. The labor force constitute an important component of the organization or of the product also. Okay, labor force plays a very important determinant factor, not only for the quantity, also for the quality, not only for the organization, also for the product. I'm making comparison both for the organization, individual, and also the product, because it will affect the society also. I've already told, first the society, the planet is affected, then the labor is affected, the workforce is affected. In case of institutional best practices, quality, quantity, effectiveness, efficiency, advocacy, maintaining an internal control, how to check the quality. Same, another example I will give of NTPC and also the sale of Raulkala. Same problem arises. Huge labor force was there. 20,000, 30,000 labor force was there. Now reduced to 5,000, 10,000 like this. Why? Because the demands and aspirations of the laborers are increasing. The technology is replacing the labor, but the person who has developed the technology is a human being. Or the person who will use the technology for the organization, for the product, making of the product, is a human being. They may be in the form of workers, maybe in the form of employees, they may be in the form of labor. The dignity of them is utmost quality. So I think with this, I will wind up, and with a short message to Pattamundai College, IQAC, and the Department of Commerce for giving me the adequate time in my deliverance, and marking the International Labour Day is a very sensitive and critical aspect and very unique way of celebrating by the Commerce Department and IQAC cell of Pattamundai College. Maintenance of quality is a core value. Okay. And regarding this core value,
Sir, you are not audible.
and ethics, I know. You should not be a man of success. You should be a man of values. Sachin Tendulkar, I always follow his quotation. So you should not be a man of success. You don't need huge success, but you should be a man of values. See, example of Ratan Tata, having a company of 150 years. Okay, he's not in the richest person of the world because he's a man of ethics. Sachin Tendulkar is a man of values, and Ratan Tata is a man of ethics. This indicates the dignity of the labor, because every person is a part of the working system, working culture, worker culture, labor system. Okay, we may be given different names, fame, designation, but the real workers who are working in the field, okay, the real workers who are working in the field are the farmers who are working without taking any risks. And we have already know the concept of insurance. They are exposed to the environmental calamities, the environment. They are in the open field, they are making cultivation. They are the laborers without taking risks, without taking more risks, without taking any insurance. We are sitting in the home. The house is insurance. Myself is insurance. My hand is insurance. My mobile is insurance. My scooter is insurance. Everybody is insurance. But the farmers who are working in the field, they are not having any insurance. And the same situation arises if the farmer will not make cultivation. The workers will not do the work. The laborers will not go to the work. How we will have our food? The same example I will tell. Bargad, the cultivation is less, population is more. They are using pesticides, and using the pesticides, cancer in Bargad the highest because of the pesticide used in vegetable. Why? Because the labor is less, cultivation is less as compared to the population, as compared to the distribution. So with this, I opportunity for delivering. I have already visited Pattamundai College, a very nice and very beautiful college. The scope for bigger action in future course of action. Professor Prabhakar Rao, the principal sir. I thank principal sir and also the IQAC coordinator and my two young brigade, dynamic faculty of commerce, Jyotiranjan Malik sir and the students, and the beneficiary will be highly benefited and will take this action in future course of action. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful and valuable talk. I think this will be highly beneficial to all the participants. Thank you, sir. Now I request Jitendra sir to give vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ranjan sir. Good morning to everyone. I am Jyotiranjan Malik, lecturer in Commerce, Pattamundai College, Pattamundai. It is such an honor for me to get the opportunity to thank all the dignitaries who are present here. Honorable resource person of this webinar, Assistant Professor Dr. Biswa Jena sir, Head Department of Commerce, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose College, Sambalpur, and all the participants. On behalf of the Department of Commerce, Pattamundai College, I extend a warm welcome to the people in the August gathering. I would like to express my gratitude to all the esteemed delegates of the webinar for their presence and contribution to make this webinar a great success. I extend my gratitude to our honorable resource persons of the webinar, Dr. Biswa Jena sir, to take out time from his busy schedule to grace this event. Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and encouraging with us with your words on this special day. A special thanks to our principals, Professor Prabhakar Rao sir, for providing immense support to make this webinar successful. I extend my gratitude to our HOD, Department of Commerce, Mr. Ranjan Kumar Behra sir, and the IQAC coordinator of Pattamundai College, Dr. Sunil Kumar Pradhan sir, to organize a such webinar to celebrate the International Workers' Day. I must thank to our organizing team members to make this webinar successful. I congratulate all the participants for their active participation. Thank you everyone once again for making it a great success. Thank you all.